Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at a weird news story. A very weird news story indeed. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, there has gone and been an intrusion, a technical intrusion, at R.R. Donnelley and Sons. And at this stage, some of you might be thinking, well, hang on a second, Wassy. I don't see what that has to do with the Pokemon trading card game. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to explain it to you. I need to be very clear here. What I'm going to do first is just share the reports with you, as in what has actually happened, and then explain what that might mean for the Pokémon TCG, though, of course, until it happens, we don't know for certain. So this was reported on seekingalpha.com, and they said this: R.R. Donnelley and Sons shares slip post-market after disclosing an intrusion in the technical environment. Their shares fell 1.1% in aftermarket trade after it disclosed a recent systems intrusion. Now, they implemented containment measures, they engaged a cybersecurity expert, and they isolated a portion of their technical environment to contain the intrusion. They were not aware of any compromise of client data, and the extent of the material adverse impact is not yet known. Now, if you would like to read that disclosure, this is it. On December the 27th, R.R. Donnelley and Sons, the company, announced it had recently identified a systems intrusion in its technical environment. The company promptly implemented a series of containment measures to address this situation, including activating its incident response protocols, shutting down its servers and systems, and commencing a forensic investigation. The company has engaged a cybersecurity expert to examine the incident and to oversee the implementation of appropriate remedial actions. The company has notified and is working with appropriate law enforcement authorities. As a precautionary measure, the company has isolated a portion of its technical environment in an effort to contain the intrusion. Now, this is a really important bit. The company is in the early stages of its investigation and assessment of the security event and cannot determine at this time the extent of the material adverse impact, if any, from such event on its business. Okay. Now, the reason this is important to us, as Pokemon TCG fans, is because R.R. Donnelley are the parent company of PBM Graphics. Okay, that might not explain it. PBM Graphics are a Pokemon card printing company in the US, and I believe they are the largest company that prints Pokemon cards in the US, i.e., a major printer of Pokemon TCG cards has had a hack, and this may well lead to some delays in the future, though we do not know for sure. Now, this was also reported on NewJerseyHomelandSecurity.gov, but it didn't really give much more information. It was really just the same thing we saw on Seeking Alpha. So, what does this mean, and why is it a problem? Well, basically what it means is they've basically shut down their operation or part thereof. They have disconnected their systems from the internet, and what this basically means is that they're not printing, or at least they're not printing like they usually do, they're not shipping, or at least they're not shipping like they usually do. And this is a bit of a problem. Because, of course, when you've got a company that prints Pokemon cards, having to shut down big parts of their operation due to a security intrusion, that is going to lead to some problems in terms of carrying out your day-to-day activities. Now, the reports going out there don't actually say what it actually is, what the intrusion is. There's no reason to believe that people are trying to steal images of Pokemon cards or anything like that. But it is relevant because this could have a knock-on effect, and basically it could result in Pokemon TCG products being delayed. Now, if this is the case, you're not going to see it yet. Because the fact of the matter is, the Pokemon cards you're getting, they're not printed like last week. They are printed months in advance. I've seen some estimates that they're around about 4 months in advance. I don't have the exact figures in front of me, I'll be honest with you. But, you know, you can see this when we look at things like celebrations and the fact that they don't actually contain any of the most recent sets. You see them containing some of the older sets. because they hadn't printed the more recent sets when they had to actually go about doing it. You see things like the Leafeon and Glaceon V-Star boxes, which I've been talking about a bit lately. They have Fusion Strike in, not Brilliant Stars. Those products are being printed before Brilliant Stars is being printed heavily enough to actually be included. Now, Brilliant Stars, it's coming out in February, which means we are about a month and a half from the release of Brilliant Stars. Don't expect any delay in Brilliant Stars because of this. Because that wouldn't really make any sense. Because Brilliant Stars by now has basically been printed. At this stage, we're 6 weeks out, especially with the issues that we're seeing in terms of logistics, shipping, all of that, because of Dampenic and other factors. Don't expect Brilliant Stars to be being printed right now for release. Brilliant Stars have been printed. You can't still be printing a set 6 weeks before it is in shops. At this stage, you need to be doing the whole shipping and all of that. So Brilliant Stars shouldn't really be affected. But by the time we get deeper into the year, by the time we get to around about, May, maybe? Again, I do not know these numbers or these dates. I am completely spitballing. This is very much prediction on my part. I'm giving examples. I am not announcing delays. That is really important. But we are expecting Sword and Shield 10 to be coming around in May. So that seems to be around about the set that will probably be being printed about now, or maybe that 10.5 set which is coming out a little afterwards that we talked about the other day. Those are the sets that we probably need to be paying a little bit more attention to, and those ones and other products being released around about those same times, they could end up being delayed. We know at some point we are expecting in Japan a Darkrai and Lucario V-Star boxes. Those are two separate boxes, and I don't know this for a fact, but I am imagining we will get similar kind of boxes. The reason, as I explained the other day, our Leafeon and Glaceon boxes are basically being printed pretty much the same over in Japan. They are also getting boxes, so I am predicting, not confirmed, that we are also going to be getting their Darkrai and Lucario boxes, because if both regions are getting separate boxes for Leafeon and Glaceon, it would make sense that we would be doing this moving forward. So if Japan are getting Darkrai and Lucario boxes, I think we will as well. Not confirmed. So you may well see that those are the kind of products that end up getting delayed as well. Once again, need to stress, we don't know. Maybe the parts of the business that are being shut down aren't affecting the printing of Pokemon cards. Or maybe they are affecting the printing of Pokemon cards, but because they've got such a lead time is a business term we use to basically talk about how much time you've got between an order being placed and an order being delivered. So maybe if you've got enough lead time here, they can catch up. They can extend their operating hours or expand their capacity in the short term or things of that nature. I am not announcing any Pokemon TCG product delays now. We don't know any. But the facts are this. The parent company of a large Pokemon TCG printing company over in the US has experienced an intrusion in their technical environment. That's a phrase that's being used. And that has led them to shut down portions of their operation while they investigate, etc. Now, there is a question as to, well, hang on a second, well, so you keep talking about the US. What does that mean in terms of Europe, etc.? There is a chance. Now, I don't know exactly how the printing of Pokemon cards works. It's not really something that they're terribly public about. But when you look at the price of some of our products, etc., it makes sense that some of them are shipped from North America. Things like the Ultra Premium Collection, I refuse to believe, are not shipped from the US, purely because they're so much more expensive over here. The only real explanation is that they're made in the US and shipped over. So maybe we don't see the same delays. Maybe we get some products before the US. Or maybe we do. Certainly for actual sets, I would expect any delay to be worldwide or, within all the regions that get it. Obviously, Japan don't get the same sets we do. So in the same way that we got the Dragonite box quite a bit before the US, again, probably because different printers, etc., I wouldn't be surprised if there were some random one-off boxes that we ended up getting before the US if there are delays, which again, we don't know if there are. But if entire sets end up getting delayed in the US, I would be extremely surprised if we didn't then see a delay everywhere, because individual products, yeah, you can delay them in some territories but not others, but releasing sets, actual full sets, with a bit of a gap between them in different regions, that is a little bit weird. That is something I would not expect to happen. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry it's not the strict, this is what's happened, this is what it means that I can usually bring you, but this is potentially very important news which could have a big impact. It is a big thing in the Pokémon TCG, so, or at least it could be, we don't actually know right now, so I bring you the news, that's what I do. And I've given you the best information I can at the time of recording. Now it's over to you guys. Do any of you have any expertise in this matter? Can any of you shed more light on it? And how sad would you be if products did go and get delayed? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.